Hey, Mike Brookfield here, what's going on? Welcome to another guided practice session. Oh, getting a bit sloppy, not even bothering doing my hair. Oh, anyway, today we're going to do a little bit of... Yeah, you guessed it. Let It Grow. Well, you knew that. You clicked on the video title, right? Okay. Classic 461 Ocean Boulevard. You know, great album. Got some serious hits on it. And like we were saying last week when I was doing Better Make It Through the Day, you know, great songwriter, Clapton. You know, not talked about that much, really, considering you look at the greatest hits, multiple greatest hits, so many amazing songs. Let It Grow, tucked away on 461 Ocean Boulevard, the same as, you know, Better Make It Through the Day that we did last week. And, you know, there's songwriting things in here which are just super cool, you know, a real trend, you know, verses in the minor and then choruses in the major. You know, we went through Bell Bottom Blues, you know, does that, doesn't it? Something, George Harrison, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. You know what I mean? Is that switching from major to minor, real super trend at the time. And Clapton uses it in this song as well. A beautiful chord progression. And that vamp at the end, you know, is amazing. He doesn't even need to let rip and show off his awesome chops. He can just play that vamp and it's equally as emotive, isn't it? Just that simple phrase on repeat. Okay, let's get into it. Well, if you go to Patreon, right, you can download this tab. Well, it's not a tab, it's a chart. A chord chart. You could take this to rehearsal, hand it out, and then just play it from beginning to end, non-stop, first time. No discussions, no arguments. You know what I mean? You take it, you get it, your train crash. You go, let's take it from letter C. You know, just learning to get organized like that can go a long way. Okay, you know, so go to Patreon, you download it for free, support the channel if you like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Let's get into it, will we? So there's a few different ways of voicing these chords, so I'm just going to show you kind of like the easiest, really. So you got a B minor, F sharp 7, D, E, G, and A, and then it repeats. So you got B minor, F sharp 7, D, E, G, A, and that's the verse. Now we're going to go into the chorus. So you've got the B with an A sharp, B with a G sharp, B with an F sharp, B, A. Don't worry, I'll go through it in a minute. So B with an A sharp, B with a G sharp, B with an F sharp, E, B, A, F sharp. So that's the verse and chorus. That's the bulk of the song, isn't it? You know, there's a couple of other sections, chord progression wise, which are a little, are interesting. Can be tricky, considered tricky. Depending on your stage of development. Hit me up for lessons if you need them. You know, this is what I'm trying to advertise here, my services as a guitar teacher and guitar player. Okay, let's, what do we need to talk about? I think the verse is pretty straightforward. I mean, you've got 2 bar chords, a B minor and F sharp 7. It's when you go to the chorus where you've got the B. Now, it's just B for 2 bars, but you've got this descending chord bass line. It's something that you see in McCartney's writing a lot, isn't it? So you get this B, and then it's a B, now just doing it like that with an F sharp, and I'm just jumping over the 5th string, and then you could do that. It's a B with a G sharp and the B with an F sharp, you know, so you're just jumping over the 5th string. So now you could do the 3rd chord, B with an A sharp. You could play that like a G sharp minor 7, you know what I mean? Then you don't have to worry about jumping over it if you want to. And then E, B, kind of in two minds whether to sing it. If I start singing it, I'm kind of thinking that I'll just get a copyright struck. Well, it will, absolutely, 100% as soon as I start singing it. And then you get into the guitar solo, and you've got a, you know, it kind of modulates, so you're on G, and it's D with an F sharp in the bass, E minor to B minor, and then A. So they're 3-bar kind of sequences, if you like, because it does it again. You've got G, D with an F sharp, E minor to B minor, and then you've got 2 bars of B minor. The second bar, really, you kind of go. Now, that last bar, hold that thought on the last bar. Over bars 4, 5, 6, 7, you get this kind of line, don't you? So you get that line, it's on D, to C sharp, to B, to A, F sharp, and then a kind of little bluesy. So that happens over there, you know, the G to the D with an F sharp. So the 4th bar in, you get that line. Okay, now if you look at that last bar, it goes B minor, F sharp with a A sharp in the bass. So that chord there. Now it looks kind of tricky and hard, but you know, it actually falls under the fingers pretty well, and most of you have probably tried that before. So you've got this B minor, F sharp with an A sharp, then you've got a D with an A, so you could do that. So if that's your D and that's your A, now you might see me do this, play a D and just hit the 5th string open. Why wouldn't you? It's dead easy, right? So you've got an E with a G sharp and then G to A, and then you do it again. So B minor, F sharp with an A sharp, D with an A, E with a G sharp, G, A. Then you're into that last verse. But that sequence there is what happens at the end, where you get that motif that I played it at the very, very beginning of the video, right? So that's the bit that kind of goes round and round and swells. So B minor, F sharp with an A sharp, D with an A, E with a G sharp, G to A. You know, 3-bar sequences, you know, have that unpredictability about them, don't they? And here's the verse. G to A, B minor, F sharp 7. Oh, my thing's gone. D to E, G to A. Then you got that B build. Then you got the chorus. EBA. And again. EBA. Very last time you go to the F sharp, and then you're into that sequence which will just vamp out. And you could play this all day, couldn't you? Because it just feels so cool. So I just recorded it on a loop there, right? And now I'm going to play that little kind of repetitive line, which is an electric guitar, I think, so there. Go round and round and round. So there you have it, Let It Grow. What a beautiful song. I'd love to have just sung it and played it for you, but hey, it really restricts the reach of these videos. I think last week, you know, it got copyright struck, and so it didn't reach in the same way, and you know, so it can get a bit hit and miss, and it's not very motivating for me when you don't get the views because it's being copyrighted and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, keep it burning. Please subscribe and check out Patreon, do all of that kind of stuff. And I do try to do a live stream on a Sunday, and I do another video on a Friday, but they're just Patreon stuff. So I may talk about this again later in the week, as in soloing over it and looking at some more detail. Okay, keep it burning, guys. Keep it burning, let it grow, all of that stuff.